mashing them together.
I was just watching this here, but I found this.
My name is Greg Barrett. I graduated from KSD in 1983. I started in 1975 with Mr. Lance. My legal name is Greg Gay. I was bullied, unbelievably bullied. I started out and I had teachers that bullied me. I had kids that bullied me. Even the coaches, I had nobody to turn to.
Gay Greg, that's the bully thing, right? That's what they're gonna get him on, his name.
One day at lunch, I had my head shoved in the urinal where it busted my lip. I had laid on the ground in a fetal position as the kids kicked me. I got up, I rinsed my face off, I walked out of the lunchroom, walked straight to the principal's office, and he told me, these kids will grow up someday. They won't always be like this. But yet, here I am, covered in urine from laying on the ground underneath the urinal. My lip was busted, and they sent me home. Well, I went home, and I got the .45 out of my father's drawer and put it in my mouth. Because at this point, I had nobody in the school system to help me. Is that the way this is going to be? Lance, you were the one that shoved my head in the urinal.
Mr.
Thank you.
Tell you what, this is unbelievable.
You want to debate it? Because I got witnesses that were there when it happened.
Next speaker.
Oh. Raw accused bully Superintendent Lance Hind resigns. This is the same guy. The plot thickens.
Thank you, Madam President, and members of our community. I will, please forgive me, I'm going to read. And
You can't have someone who was a bully as the high up in the school because it sets the wrong example. Even if he's changed his ways, it sets, like, if he done it, then why not me? I see it in households, you know, like, you can't tell me not to do that, mom or dad. You done that when you were growing up, and then it makes it difficult for them to argue back, you know. Obviously, a good parent would say so. They would be like, no, this is why. But in the end, it's the kid can still be like, well, my mom and dad done it, so I can't be that bad. You know, you should compare yourself to them or something. Anyway.
effective January 1st, 2019, I will resign and retire as superintendent of Katy ISD.
That clap must hurt.
Coming home to Katy to lead the school district where I grew up and attended school was my highest professional honor.
Aww.
It was a dream I longed for during my amazing 27 years in public education. Serving the students, parents, staff, and taxpayers of Katy taught me more than I ever taught anyone. I've witnessed so much kindness, humility, excellence, and creativity. As a district, we weathered Hurricane Harvey. We passed a $609 million bond. We established Katy ISD as a district of innovation, while at the same time establishing a community and board-approved 5-year strategic plan.
He needs to push his glasses up.
No doubt we made some tough decisions as we moved the 6th largest school district in the state forward. Along the way, I am proud to say we were recognized as a top school district in the greater Houston area. We were recognized as an AP Honor Roll school district, top fine arts district, and everybody knows we're the top athletics district around.
So he done good. Is he tooting his own trumpet here?
We were also recognized as a top workplace in Houston, and I couldn't be more proud of our staff, what I refer to as our superstar staff, for this designation. The people of our great district have always been my focus, especially what I consider our dynamite teachers. And I believe Katy ISD is a better place today than when my team and I arrived 2 years ago. I consider this community and the good people of Katy, or the majority, to be my family. They helped raise me, but folks, my immediate family has to come first. My wife and my children, they need me. In light of an organized, relentless, and dishonest smear campaign against me, I cannot remain as superintendent of Katy ISD while fulfilling those duties and still fulfill my sacred duty as a husband and father. My family is now my #1 priority. They are innocent bystanders, but this malicious campaign against me is hurting them severely, and I cannot allow it any further. As much as I want to stick it out, draw the line, keep serving, and just endure these unfair attacks as stoically as I cannot justify putting my wife and kids through it anymore for reasons beyond my...
I haven't heard him own up or say sorry for the alleged bullying yet. Whether it was true or not, it seems like he's given up his job because it's the alleged, or the story that seems true, is affecting his family. He's using his family as an excuse to leave rather than perhaps I done the wrong thing and it's affecting my job and position now. That's why I'm leaving. It seems like he's putting it on his family rather than it's his own fault.
My control, beyond the majority of the board's control, the situation in Katy has become untenable for me, my family, and the board. I'm committed to serve and lead faithfully as I have in the past up until January 1, 2019, allowing our board time to secure the next superintendent. I will continue to work as hard as I have in the past until my exit date, at which time my focus will be again entirely on my family. I want to thank Board President.
It's one of those things you can say that everybody agrees with. It's a real agreeable thing to say. My focus is gonna be on my family.
Van,
What about the victim?
Vice President Ms. Doyle, Secretary Mr. Griffin for their strong leadership and support. I also want to thank board members Ms. Fox, Mr. Mahalski, Mr. Scott, and Mr. Lacey for their patience with me and their unwavering commitment to the success of Katy ISD. I love Katy, but there is a vicious ugliness in the ruthless attacks that I and others have endured. My prayer is this community, the silent majority, comes together to never ever allow something like this to happen again. I am thankful the board has taken a stance and is moving forward with the defamation lawsuit or the possibility of. Hopefully this will send a message that the antics of a mob of ruthless individuals will not be tolerated today or in the future here in Katy ISD.
So a ruthless individual is okay when you're shoving someone's head in the toilet. That is if you acted alone. Perhaps you also had a ruthless mob that burst a man's lip. A boy's lip. So that's okay. But when it's you, it's a different story.
I leave my role here in Katy with a clear heart and a humble spirit. I am profoundly grateful for the students, staff, parents, community, board members, all of those that have stood by me. In closing, I want to quote my father. I'm reminded of something he told me a long time ago. He said, "Son, chase your passion, but when your passion becomes a job, it's time to find a new passion." I look forward to what God has in store for me and what that...
Find a new passion. To light a new fire. Start over again. Just abandon what you are and what makes you tick, son.
That passion is in the future, and I just want to again thank the supporters of Katy for standing by me. Thank you.
Our resolve to be leaders in bullying prevention remains solid. so too
Only
is
God
our
can
support
judge me.
of Dr. Lance Hint. Thank you.
Raised me and where I now proudly serve. I regret the negative attention that's been brought to this community in the past week.
Still haven't heard any regret about the incident.
One person,
Yes, yes.
and that is God, my Lord and Savior.
Only only God can judge me. Only God can judge me. Is he really pulling out that line? There's something called the criminal courts, public courts, court of public opinion. There's actually a job called a judge, and he's gonna say only God can judge him. Doesn't add up.
That's who will judge me. Now, moving forward, I pray and I ask everybody to pray that our combined efforts will continue Katy ISD's commitment to providing, as I tell my staff all the time, providing a safe and secure learning environment for our 78,000 kids and our 11.
That's the complete opposite of what he provided for that child or that teenager that he put in the urinal. A safe environment. That's the opposite. Or maybe we got this the wrong way around. Maybe this man has spent his whole life repenting for being a bully and going back into the school system to change it and stop that and to appreciate those kids that were sort of fucked with, right? Maybe that's been his life's goal and journey, or maybe he really has been an asshole and just sort of is still an asshole and now it's coming out. Those are the two ways, right?
In our community, I'm telling you, is the greatest personal and professional privilege of my life. Who thank this board for your unwavering
Thank
school
you,
district.
everyone.
And I look forward to continuing to push this district forward so we can continue to be recognized as not only the best in the state, but the best in the country. Again, move on.
And then move on. Let's be recognized as the best in not only the state, but the country. And then move on. Move on from, I still haven't heard a sorry. That's what he's trying to move on from. I'm done with this.